Just a beautiful afternoon for football, Coach. They say summer is the time to live in Chicago. Well, that's extended into autumn as we are ready to roll under blue skies at Soldier Field. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Stop! 180! 40! Alert, alert! Alert, alert!
Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Watch the twist, watch the twist.
Now it's Trubisky. That's caught by Hollister. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
You remember me? That's good.
They'll try to run for it with Cohen. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
Hey, high 7. Get in the weight room, son. Hey, 40's Mike right there.
They'll indeed go for it with Trubisky. Finding Gabriel complete. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
1st down, a run with Cohen.
Check 15.
Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, alert. Check 37. Check 37. Check.
They'll run on 2nd down with Cohen. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. On 3rd down, a run with Cohen. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
I'm coming after you. Check. Kill.
Carry now. This is Johnson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case. That play got bottled up.
2nd and 11. Forced out to his left. A throw for Galladay is going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and he will bring it back to about the 11-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where...
And it'll be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
They begin the drive with Johnson. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and 6 at the 24-yard line.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. On the ground, this is Johnson. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
First down, Detroit.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
3 buzz, 3 buzz. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Check safety.
Now Johnson. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. Big Eddie Goldman there on the tackle. Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Looking here for Smith downfield. And got his man complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They'll get 34 yards there.
Here we go.
First down, Lions.
They'll run it with Johnson. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run play.
At the Bears, 30.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go, D. Delta.
2nd and 5.
44. You got nothing there.
Eluding the pressure right. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw here. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief. Defensively to be able to hold them to 3. The field goal unit's going to stay put on the sideline. They're going to go on 4th down here.
He's crashing. He's checking crash. Great stone. Travel. Hatch it.
They run. It's Johnson.
The leg. Get there.
Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Now he'll pull it down. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down.
And while he did a good job of sliding around in the pocket, there was nowhere to go with the football, so he had to take off and try and run. He just got back to the line of scrimmage, no gain.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. No score after one on EA Sports.
Set, ready. Hey, Lobo. Force the mic. Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's do 6. 44.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll give this one to Galladay. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down. They'll drop to throw, being chased out left. And his pass, incomplete. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice, get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Watch the
On 2nd down, it's Johnson. He's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
60 yards.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. He pushed forward, but I don't think it's enough. He's going to be about a yard short. No move to get the offense off the field here. They've converted once on this drive. On 4th, they'll go again and try it once more. He'll drop to throw. Galladay's got it, and the Lions have a touchdown.
Touchdown!
Kenny Galladay, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are first out of the scoreboard here this afternoon. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others, where they think they have an advantage. Dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Trubisky. That is caught by Cohen. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
180! Hey, 18.
On 3rd and 1, it's Trubisky. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The first down carry here for Johnson. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Here we go. Set. Get the plan. Check. Set a roll. West. Ready.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Carry on Johnson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how are we going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early. Probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. That one goes for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
1st and 10. Red, up.
Now Trubisky to throw. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know, there's usually a nice comfort zone and throw it to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
This one into the hands of Burton. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10.
Red, up.
On 1st down, Cohen. A good display of footwork. It gets him just inside the 5 to the 4. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and
Red, up. Alert. Hey, Haywood. Check. 40's Mike. 40's the Mike.
Throwing on 2nd and 3. Trubisky. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Bears on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. Trubisky gives it Cohen. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Yeah, baby.
Tariq Cohen, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7.
14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They're starting to put some space here. In the first quarter, they didn't look so hot offensively. The second quarter, though, they've looked really good.
They've jumped in the saddle in a big way now, and now they're in full gallop. I mean, before, kind of cantering around a little bit, right, trying to feel their way, not getting done what they wanted to. But somehow they put it together with play calling, execution, and now there's a pretty big gap.
And they'll look to make that gap even bigger here. 2nd and 9 now. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield, but that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. Flush to his right. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up fourth down. Fourth down, and on is Ty Long to punt. Tariq Cohen is deep for the Bears. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bears take over.
At their own 23-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on second and 10.
Watch the safety creep.
Hey, ball.
Now they'll run it with Cohen. And he'll get this one up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
180.
Mike's 40.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone.
40's the Mike. Squeeze.
On third down, Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that?
Let's go, baby.
They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
And from that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And he will double the space they have to work with as they take it from the 2 to the 4.
That first down play, all you want to do is wedge out any type of space and try and create enough room. If you have to run the punter out there, he can successfully complete the punt.
Yeah, didn't get a ton there, but at least some positive yardage. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on third down. Johnson. And they'll indeed stop. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Call that a 45-yard punt, just 2 yards there on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play.
That's what I do.
But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Final play of the first half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we are at halftime here on Halloween. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
Let's go now.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
Switch it.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you're all looking for some separation in this ballgame.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Third down.
Here we go. 44. 6 to Pittsburgh. Tupper. Get in the weight room.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Ty Long now as he's on to punt for Detroit. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned. Because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Now Trubisky, and nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and it's just trying to play through. And he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off near the 26. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Down. 60 out low. Mike, 44. Oh, here we go. Oh. Quick that.
They'll look to throw here. Escaping the pressure right. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 1st down Lions on a pickup of 13.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He's able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Trying to get out wide, but he's going to be tackled right near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, go.
Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
Mike, 44 is Mike. Check.
No gain on the play.
It's a party now.
Second and 10.
Second and 10. Eluding the pressure right. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 15-yard line.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down.
They'll run on first down. Johnson. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first
I know
down.
you feel that.
Inside the red zone, and that means don't come away from there with anything less than 3 points, but everyone's thinking about 6. They're trying to get to the end zone. They decide to run a toss. Big people up front being mobile and moving, and a running back trying to follow behind them to find yardage, and that's exactly what he did.
And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. They go to Johnson again. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line.
We got this.
A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up first and goal.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Set, hut, Mike. 30 base. Mike's post. Echo. I'm coming after you. 43.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
That's how we do it. Back up.
Second and goal from the 6 this time.
66, bullet, high. We ain't gonna go.
Second and 6.
Don't get nervous.
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions. It's their quarterback. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
This one fielded at the 5. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Dancing to his left. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Here's Trubisky. He's going to rifle one deep left. And that's caught inside the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Go, go, go.
At the 23-yard line.
Again, it's Trubisky under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Mitchell Trubisky.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Sack, baby. Sack.
We have played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Bring it.
Now it's Trubisky.
Switch. Check 24.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. Yeah, that's caught for a Bear touchdown. It's the tight end, Trey Burton.
Touchdown.
Trey Burton. His 2nd touchdown of the season as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter.
14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
Let's go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. Well, holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half, those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 Fs for a rookie quarterback.
SOS.
After the interception, here's Trubisky. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 39 yards there, a big one. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. This will be caught inside the 10. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Let's go.
They moved the ball over 50 yards between this play and the last one. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Now Cohen. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run for it with Tariq Cohen. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Bears. Tariq Cohen with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this 4th quarter. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This is taken at the 3. And an alley to run. A big seam, and he might go all the way. Touchdown, Detroit. The kick return touchdown goes for 97 yards. And the Lions have taken the lead. This game wasn't tied for long. How about that? A big return here in the 4th.
And this is that time of game where every big play is magnified. 4th quarter, kick return for a touchdown. You've got to feel great about your chances at this stage of the game.
Yeah, they regain the lead. Now we'll see if they can hold it.
Come on, fellas.
At their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here.
Golf.
Mike 40, Mike 40.
Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
Mike 40.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Trubisky. He's going to float this one deep right side. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They get the crucial turnover just huge, but now they've got the football deep in their own territory, and you got to be careful because if you give it right back, there goes your lead.
Have to be extremely happy with their defense. They received a gift, that takeaway. Even though they're deep in their own territory, now they have the football. And you know there's always that alpha on defense, that grouchy guy. Forget what the coaches said. I'll guarantee you, he told the quarterback, we just took care of you. Now you take care.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
On 2nd down now. It's Cohen, and he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
40's Mike. 40's Mike. Bound to lose one. Mike's 40. Blue. Hey, let's get
Trubisky will throw. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
That's to his running back, complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play to result in 23 yards.
Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some.
Pass from Trubisky taken in by Gabriel. And down inside the 15 he goes. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear 1st down.
Let's go. Hey.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. A 14-yard touchdown. As they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with an extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. This one fielded at the 5. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
Here we go.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Steps away to his left. Now he'll throw deep, and that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Give him 32 on the play. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They get the Johnson going right. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Get your swerve on.
Here's 2nd and 8. Buying time to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both, because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This for the lead in the final stages. The kick by Sanders is good. And with a little over a minute to play, they have taken the lead. Big kick right there to give them the lead in the 4th, but there is still time left for a final drive.
Did they score too soon? Post-game will tell us, right? Depending on what happens on this drive, that's how we'll analyze it. If the other team scores, they scored too soon. If they somehow hold on, they managed the clock exactly right.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
This is all the time, don't they?
All the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they've led this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Now it's Trubisky. Flushed out right. And he's going to keep it here. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Safe.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
That's how the defense scores.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bilal Nichols able to drop him for a loss of a couple. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. Now, following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12.
6 guy. Check 6 guy.
Watch that.
Hey, switch gears. Blue Joe Coker. The mic. 44 is the mic. Strip the ball. Strip that ball.
Now it looks like he'll throw here. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to throw deep right side. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Kyle Fuller.
Pick, baby. Good stuff. Keep doing that.
Well, going into the final play in this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for the Lions, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.